Hello, everybody. Welcome back. The new Marvel Rivals balance post is here, and I figured it'd be a good time for me to go ahead and look over it and go over it a little bit with you guys. Starting off, we have Emma Frost in the Vanguard slot. Looks like the White Queen is trading off a bit of offense for more glam. Her damage and survivability in Diamond form are taking a hit. So you get reduced pulse damage at 99 energy from 120 to 110 a second. Okay, cool. And from a 150 to 140 at 100 energy. So that seems to be her like primary fire. The thing, well, I mean, it's telepathic. It's the mind thing. You know what it is. Reduce the diamond form damage reduction from 30 to 25%. Okay. And then ultimate energy cost from 3700 to 34. This is probably to combat the damage knockoff that she's getting on her primary. So that way she's not just like getting less for her ult. It should even out, I believe. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. Okay. I'll ignore that. And now we have the thing. We are not afraid to say it. It's clobbering time. Now with the smoother moves and more utility, time for more pain with your brothers and sisters in arms. So a lot of people were really worried about this, but this is actually a good way to kind of help the thing not get just destroyed by flyers. Thing actually was useless. He could not touch them, couldn't do anything. He was just a coughing baby versus a literal atomic bomb known as Iron Man. So I actually think this is pretty good. Battle Blitz thing leaps forward at enemies getting 25% damage reduction. Leap targeting distance to enemies is 20 meters. Stone Haymaker, new effect, knocks down flying hit. So now the whole thing is that you're going to be able to target an enemy from 20 meters away at the furthest. And then you can throw a Haymaker at them on your way up. And if it lands, it'll actually ground them. So which will make it so they have to reascend in the air. This is actually going to be good because the thing can actually link up and explain to people like around him, hey, say we have a magic or something like that, and the thing actually knocks somebody out of the air. Flyer descends, and now the dive characters and the thing are able to do damage to him without having to put themselves in a bad position. This is actually pretty good because the thing was not good in the flyers. This season was definitely not a good season for Thing. He had his moments, but compared to last season, he was a shell of his former self, right? Venom, they have increased cellular corrosion enemy slow effect from 15% to 25. That's the right click. Okay, so now people are going to be a lot more slow whenever he's on you. This will be good for ult as well. Interesting change. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, like that. I expected him to buff his damage because but I don't even think he needed a buff there per se. Interesting. I mean, I don't really see that much Venom compared to last patch. Venom's still pretty decent, I think. So very, very different type of buff. Duelists. Here we go. Human Torch. Wow, okay. Reduce fire cluster damage from projectile from 6 to 5.5. Okay, so that is his primary fire. Reduce supernova activation shockwave damage from 80 to 75, and fire tornadoes DOTs from 120 to 110. And now he gets an anchor. So, okay. So this is because he's now an anchor of his team up. So that is why he's actually getting this one, because he's now with Spider-Man. Okay, interesting. That's different. I was about to say, man, I really are they just like trying to gut him a little bit, or like I know he's strong, but personally maybe it just could be because I haven't been in ranked as much in the last couple of days because we're about to close out the season. But I didn't think that he was like overpowered. I just thought he was really, really good. So I was interested to see, but no, it's just because of the damage team up boost that he's getting for being an anchor. Iron Man, slightly powering down with reduced damage output and a longer wait for his ult. Reduce the first 2 repulsor blast hits from 40 to 35 and from 50 to 45 while in armor overdrive. So I think they nerfed the third shot last patch, and only the third. So now they're just going to nerf both of them to bring them more in line with that. I think they tried it and it just didn't work out. Increase the energy cost of Invincible Pulse Cannon from 2800 to 34. Wow, okay, so not only is he losing damage, so that's going to also knock that down a little bit, but he's gaining ult charge that he needs. I guess if you're using the right click, it's not going to matter as much. The beam, especially in armor overdrive, that thing still does an insane amount of damage. But interesting. I'm glad that they didn't just like make the character trash, useless. This will be different no matter what. I mean, a little bit of a tweak down could be good for a character like this because Iron Man has a lot of value in the current meta. We'll see how he plays in the next patch for sure. Mr. Fantastic, reduce inflated state bonus HP from 400 to 350. I haven't seen much of Mr. Fantastic From my time playing against him, it hasn't felt like he's done really good in a poke. But I do think that he is really hard to kill, especially for other dive characters. If this character comes near you, you just have to run. Magic in particular, I know, is just it's so hard to fight this guy because he just runs you down, slows you over and over and over again. And my biggest thing about Mr. Fantastic is it just doesn't feel fun to fight him because he never dies, and good Mr. Fantastics will always be transitioning from inflated to not, and just whenever they want to, it feels like. So I'm interested to see. I don't know if I would have considered nerfing him or anything like that, but again, that's just my experience. No more. Increase the Trident of Neptune projectile damage from 70 to 75 and projectile speed from 120. So, oh, okay. They're just buffing it. Five damage and more speed on it, so it travels faster. I wonder how much faster that's going to be. Increase Wrath of Seven Seas projectile speed from 120 to 150. That's the right click, I believe. Interesting. Another Nimor buff. As long as it's not the squids, I don't really care. The primary does a lot of damage, but it's a little slow, so I guess I kind of understand what they're going for. Not sure how I feel about it. Namor is one of those characters that's like, good Namors will destroy you. Bad Namors are obviously bad at Namor, and you only pick him at that point because he's good into Spider-Man or Black Panther. Wanda, reduce the max slow rate during reality erasure. Charge period from 35%, so they're just making her faster again in her role. Okay. Increase the damage from 750 to 850. That is a lot. That one-shot everything in the game? Just about, I think. Can Venom live through that if he presses his E, his like shield? I don't know. Interesting. Spider-Man, okay. Let's see. So, Web Warriors rejoice. Spidey loses his team up anchor bonus, but gains a new team up ability and a bit more bite. So this is going to be because he's losing the damage increase that he gets for being a part of the team up with Squirrel Girl. They're not just outright buffing the character, right? It's also because he's losing the damage increase. So this isn't Spider-Man just getting buffed into oblivion. So for those of you that are worried, increase the get over here kick damage when pulled enemies from 50 to 55. Increase spider power midair damage from 50 to 55. Increase amazing combo damage from 55 to 60. And if Torch is on your team, we can pretty much assume, because it's a damage over time, that it's a bit less safe than the old team up with Venom, because you are hittable afterward. But he is actually able to one-shot squishies that are 250, maybe even 275 if they don't get any healing, which is very, very interesting. We'll see how that works. Punisher, I know this is going to be a hot one for a lot of people. They did not like this character. Reduce culling turret projectile damage from 12 to 10. Decrease the spell field damage from 12 to 10. Increase the energy cost of final damage, or final judgment, from 3,400 to 37. So his ultimate's going to be longer to get. On top of that, his turret is going to do less damage all around. Okay, cool. Bucky, adjust the rotor stern damage fall off maximum at 40 meters from 60 to 70. This is probably to help combat poke, particularly Hela Hawkeye and Widow if you're really, really good at her. Bucky actually kind of gets swamped on by Hela Hawkeye and Flyers because it can be a bit of a hard time for him to land shots, and whenever he does land shots, they do have fall off on a non-hit scan gun, so very, very interesting. Is this for the E? Or is this his actual primary? I actually do not know, but it'll be interesting to see. Regardless, I think that it's an okay buff. I know people hate when Bucky gets buffs, but like, if we're all like really aware, this is probably the least amount of power that the character's had. So it's very, very understandable that they're trying to shake it up a little bit, because Winter Soldier is one of those characters that can just completely need to change everything about the entire game. I don't know if that's a good decision. I don't know if that's great decision making from the devs, but they clearly like this character. I don't think it's an egregious buff or anything like that, but it'll be different for sure. Wolverine, increase the Feral Leap strike duration from 4 to 5. Okay, and increase the cooldown from 12 to 15. That's pretty interesting, actually. 12 to 15, that's pretty substantial. We'll see how much that changes things. Wolverine is still going to be strong next patch. There's literally nothing that they can do about it. This character probably does need a nerf of some sort, because tank players are getting fewer and fewer as we go, and this character is part of the reason of that. Playing against Wolverine, if he's not banned, is just never fun. If you are playing Emma, he will wait out your diamond form, then grab you. If you're playing Mag, he will wait out your bubble, then grab you. If you're playing Strange, he will just grab you. Thing is really the only thing that you can do, and he still loses 1v1 to Wolverine. So we'll see. I don't really know if this changes a whole lot. I think that he's still going to be strong, but I'm interested to see how it goes. Strategist, Invisible Woman, increase the orb projection healing on launch from 40 to 45 and damage from 20 to 25, and reduces the healing on return from 40 to 35 and damage from 20 to 15. Okay, so you're getting more. Okay, this is actually a good change. So it's not like they're nerfing it. It's just more of a reallocation, right? So they're taking 5 off of the back end, like whenever it comes back to you, and putting it on whenever you throw it. So now it's going to be easier to get that healing out because, I mean, you're still getting the same amount if you land everything, but if you miss the last part, which is the easiest part to miss, obviously, you're not going to get punished as much. So that's actually a nice change. Quality of life. I actually kind of like that. The same thing for the damage. Loki, increase the energy cost of God of Mischief ultimate from 4,000 to 4,300. Probably good. This character's broken. He's stupid. Luna Loki comp is still like the best support comp in the game. It doesn't matter, other than maybe Res comp and maybe Ultron with 2 other supports. But the other, you know, you want to know who the other 2 supports are in that perfect scenario? Luna Loki. So it's pretty good. That this is probably a good change. I don't know what else they would do other than decrease the timer, and I don't think anybody wants that. I think that they just want Loki to be able to. I think that they just don't want Luna Loki to be your thing, because that is the main reason why this character is so strong, is because he can just copy the best ultimate in the game or another ultimate if he chooses to do so. On top of his incredible uptime, he's just a little bit harder than the other strategists. Mantis, this is probably one of my most anticipated ones. I'm really excited about. Healing Touch grows. Her ultimate is more potent, but its frequency is reduced. So Healing Flower, new effect, heals allies by 2.5%. So it's percent-based healing now, instead of just... Oh, reduce base healing from 20 a second to 12.5. So now it's also going to... Okay. So they're doing this so that way... I don't know if the 2.5 is going to make up for... like that giant amount that they're taking off of the burst. We'll see, because I think the burst stays, and then the 20 a second and 12 to 12.5 is what's after. If that is true, this is going to be a lot better for Mantis healing tank players. I don't know how it's going to do on squishies. We'll see. I'm interested to see how they do, but it's definitely going to allow Mantis to get a little bit more. It looks like they're worried that she's going to be getting her ultimate a lot faster. Increase the bonus max HP from 100 to 150. So, and also just a buff on the end of it as well. That's good. Mantis needing buffs is not something that I'm ever going to get upset about. This character is actually pretty skill expressive. If you're good at her, you can make her look really good. But unfortunately, she's in that boat of characters that we had last patch, like in the last season, where people are like, oh man, I really hate this character because they don't do this as good as this other character. So I consider it a throw pick, you know? So I'm never going to complain about Mantis buffs. I actually really like this character. I think she's really fun. Ultron, I think this is a nerf. Reduce dynamic flight acceleration effect time from 8 to 6. Dub. Reduce imperative firewall bonus HP from 75 to 65 and to allies from 55 to 50. No complaints here. I hate this character. As somebody that plays Magic, it feels almost damn near impossible to kill Ultron. I don't care how many nerfs they give this character. We'll see. I don't think this kills the character by any means, because he's still going to have a lot of the same strength that he had before, and he's still just going to make flyers really good because of the stuff that he provides to them. He's like the Steph Curry in terms of people in the air. He just makes them better if he's around them. So we'll see. New team-ups. This is the Spider-Man one. Spider-Man unlocks the new Inferno Blast ability through his team-up with Human Torch. It's going to pretty much put a damage over time if he web slings to you with Human Torch on the team. Phoenix and Wolverine. Wolverine essentially, he's also going to do damage over time. So this is actually going to buff him against tanks. Even more, because he's going to do more damage, right? Phoenix gains 10%. Phoenix gains a 10% boost in her damage output. Adjusted or removed. The Spider-Man Squirrel Girl one is no longer here. That is no longer a team-up. But Squirrel Girl now has one with Iron Man, where she throws a tracking acorn that does a good amount of damage. It's pretty solid. I don't know if it's going to make her meta. I doubt it. This character's been kind of mediocre / on the verge of being bad, closer than she is to being great. So we'll see. I know that this character's a low elo killer, so a lot of people that are in lower elos are probably not happy about this, but we'll see. We'll see. Storming Ignition for Storming Human Torch. Fire is out and the storm is past. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's gone. I didn't think that they would get rid of this. Okay. I'm no complaints here. This team up was really annoying too, and it's pretty much superseded by the Jeff Storm team up because it's just better. Symbiote shenanigans for Venom Jeff. Oh, Hell is a part of this now. Hell stun gains the Hell Tendrils ability through her team up with Venom. So now she can throw like a ball down and it sucks you, kind of like how Venom does with his like slow that he does. Pretty interesting. Guardian Revival gets a nerf, increase the leader's soul and nature's soul ability cooldowns from 120 to 135. Pretty solid nerf, pretty significant. Guardian comp is still really strong. Res comp is still really, really good. Star-Lord is seeing another resurgence again, even though his buffs haven't been like something that have like made him so OP. It's not like he just got one buff. It's just people are starting to play him more, and people are bringing back the Atom and Mantis, which is interesting because up until like 2 weeks ago, I saw zero, or not 2 weeks, 2 days ago, saw zero Atom ever, and then I played with like 8 of them. So with like Mantis and Star-Lord. So we'll see how that goes. Venom Jeff, increase the Guardian of the Deep maximum bonus HP from 50 to 100, and max tendril link period from 3 to 5. So that's a buff for Jeff and Venom. You hardly ever see this team up because you hardly ever see Venom or Jeff, let alone on the same team. But this is the balance patch. Let me know what you think. I personally think that this is one of their better ones. I think that they didn't do anything super crazy here, but it's nerfs where I wanted them. It's buffs where I wanted them. I know, okay, disclaimer for those of you that wanted magic buffs, I think that we should wait and test it. We just saw Iron Man get nerfed and Ultron get nerfed. Let's see how it goes. Emma got a little bit of a nerf, so we'll see how the new season feels. I don't know if we'll still be in a flyer meta, but hold out hope. We'll see. But regardless, I appreciate everybody stopping by. If you love the content and you want to see more, appreciate it if you would go and like, subscribe, and go follow the Twitch, the Twitter, and everything, because I am super self-conscious about my Twitter follower account. I love ya, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya later. Love ya. Bye. Mwah.